From a job cooking school lunches to lugging jerry cans of Fukushima seawater for radiation tests, Ai Kimura has no background in science. However, after the Fukushima nuclear disaster in 2011, she and a group of other women began to help test the city's water and food. And they fear that Japan's preparations this summer to release more than 1 million tons of treated radioactive water in the sea nearby could stir up anxiety reminiscent of the tragedy 12 years ago. The non-profit workers call themselves tarachine, which means mother in traditional Japanese poetry. Most of them are indeed local moms who were taught by doctors and scientists to measure radiation. Kimura serves as Secretary General of the group.
It's clear that little by little the level of radiation is falling as 12 years have passed. Our measurements have confirmed that the amount of radioactive material is lower now than it was 12 years ago.
Kimura lost her job making school lunches after the disaster. She joined the group in 2014 and learned to measure radiation in the hopes of protecting her daughters, who were teenagers then.
There are no walls in the sea, so once you release the treated water, it will probably continue to be released for decades or even centuries until the fuel debris from the Fukushima plant is removed, and you can't take the treated water back.
The government and an international nuclear regulator say the plan to release the water is safe, but it has alarmed neighbors, particularly China and Asia's fishing industry. Authorities say the water has been filtered to remove most radioactive elements, except for one called tritium, which is hard to separate from water. But the treated water will be diluted to well below internationally approved levels of tritium before being released into the Pacific Ocean.
When the water is released, we will keep on providing data so that fathers and mothers can decide for themselves, and children can also decide when they grow up whether to eat Fukushima fish or not, or whether to go swimming in the sea or not.
Kimura says what the mothers want is more dialogue between officials and plant operator Tokyo Electric Power on one side and fishermen and citizens on the other, over not only safety but also the release's psychological impact. Japan has not yet said when they will release the water.